Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. We'll also talk about real world events in today's video. I want to do something different than just the XRP ETF talk. So Bank of Dhofar, Oman's second largest bank, joined RippleNet and connects to IndusInd Bank of India for real-time cross-border remittances using XRP between the local currencies, MENA and BRICS Plus. And this bank has 100 branches in the Oman. I like the idea that they're utilizing XRP. That's how we get rich. Even as we get into the future, we're going to see BRICS at some point announce that they're going to utilize RippleNet and XRP. Wait and see. I think that's definitely going to happen. Bitcoin, the Napster of digital assets. Napster was a P2P file sharing application associated with digital audio file distribution. Napster was shut down after government intervention. XRP, the next generation of digital assets, solves issues that Bitcoin was intended to solve but has failed. XRP equals Spotify, a very successful digital music platform. I like that comparison. That's why I wanted to share it with all of you. But right now, the Bitcoin maxis are out there in full force. You know, they're saying BlackRock doesn't care about XRP. They only see Bitcoin. They're going to push the price of Bitcoin all the way up to $1 million plus. But you know what? The Bitcoin maxis are going to end up getting a lot of new retail investors wrecked inside of Bitcoin. What do you expect to get in the next run-up? Maybe a 6 to 10x? You put that same money in XRP, you could easily get a 20 to 50x. If utility kicks in, look out. The sky is the limit on XRP. But you know, I don't hate Bitcoin. I'd like to see Bitcoin with us for years to come. But as the new financial system rolls out, Bitcoin little by little will become something of the past. Brad Garlinghouse on buying a coffee with Bitcoin. Take a listen to this.
You know, I make the joke that are you going to use a Bitcoin or a fraction of Bitcoin to buy a cup of coffee? Well, it's going to take hours to complete the transaction. Your coffee's going to get cold.
So by the time the transaction is complete, your coffee will already be cold. And the Bitcoin maxis still like to always bring up El Salvador. Bitcoin is game-changing in El Salvador. But the part that they leave out is that it runs on the Algorand rails. Algorand fixes Bitcoin in El Salvador. That's why I said, as we move into the future, utility is going to take over and it's going to leave Bitcoin behind. Wait and see. Ripple shines as diamond sponsor of APEC 2023, the Super Bowl of world economies in San Francisco. From the 11th to the 17th of November, join global leaders from 21 economies at San Francisco's biggest event in decades. Blue chip giants like Apple, Visa, Google, and Meta are set to make waves at APEC 2023. And it's nice to see Ripple as a diamond sponsor. Now remember, ISO is going live this coming weekend. How XRP can be used in third-party relationships without SWIFT relationships. So you see, RippleNet, exchange, XRP, exchange, RippleNet. No mention of SWIFT there. And that's why I said, as time goes on, we're going to watch Ripple steal more and more business away from SWIFT. And before you know it, the price of XRP is going to outprice retail. That is going to happen in the future. We're already seeing it now with announcement after announcement coming from the banks that are utilizing RippleNet all around the world, utilizing XRP all around the world. You need to prepare now for what's going to come later. The potential for harmonization through ISO is huge. ISO can improve liquidity by providing a new level of financial communication, creating potential new revenue streams and allowing for better management of liquidity, cash flow, and forecasting. Now, everybody likes to downplay ISO. We haven't got value from it yet. It hasn't changed the price of these ISO cryptocurrencies yet. Take notice, the key word is yet. Are we going to see value come day one? Nobody knows. Is that value going to come later? Of course it's going to. How much value is going to come from it? No one knows that either. It could be a lot of value very fast, or it could be a lot of value later on in the future. But I would definitely be prepared for what's coming. ISO, there's a reason that just a handful of cryptocurrencies are compliant. There's a reason that those cryptocurrencies were chosen in the first place. And that's why I continue to buy them. Because they wouldn't even be talked about if they weren't relevant. Then this, coming from Coinbase, I thought I would share it with all of you. Younger Americans don't want to rely on the current financial system anymore. They're taking matters into their own hands and building new paths to an updated American dream. Go to school, get a job, buy a home, work your way up. For older generations, the unspoken deal was that if you followed the rules and showed drive and resilience, you had a real shot at economic opportunity and prosperity, the American dream. Younger generations report that deal is no longer available. Just 9% of Gen Z, ages 18 to 25, and 19% of millennials, 26 to 40, say the American dream is achievable for everyone. On top of school and other debts, high housing costs and high inflation, an outdated financial system stands in their way, built on legacy institutions that aren't serving their needs. And that's why we see this younger generation pulling away from banks. This younger generation, people keep saying they don't want to work. There's all these jobs available, but they don't want to work. Why would they ever go to work? They're coming up with new ways to make money now, more modern ways, where they don't end up at a job that they don't like for 20, 30, 40 years. And how can you blame them? And a lot of them are looking at the path through crypto as well. But you know, people think that this younger generation is dumb, and they're not. They're very smart people. They're forging new paths to the American dream. More than 100 million millennials and Gen Z adults grew up with the internet, mobile phones, and apps. When millennials had their early career prospects undercut by the 2008 financial crisis and Great Recession, they popularized marketplace apps to convert their free time and unused belongings into extra cash and drove a global phenomenon, the sharing economy. Gen Z had to adapt when the COVID-19 pandemic kept them locked down and living online, including socializing by gaming, learning to assign value to digital assets. They want legacy institutions to fit within their lives, not the other way around, and to be able to manage and move their money through the financial system at the pace of the internet and around the world. Only 5% of Gen Z and millennials call the system speedy. Only 11% call it innovative. They're much more likely to call it political and expensive. Of all generations, millennials are more likely to call the system outdated, 29%. Gen Z are most likely to call it confusing, 28%, as well as exclusionary, 29%. Times are changing. And, you know, we're investing in the fourth industrial revolution that's happening right now. Technology is pushing the future. And, you know, anything that's outdated, like the current banking system, it's starting to collapse already. The traditional financial system is falling apart at the seams. At the same time, the government can't stop spending. And, you know, this younger generation realizes what's going on. They're going out and getting their first apartment, and it's costing them $2,000 a month. They need to find ways to make more money. Most of them are doing it online right now. Or they're coming up with revolutionary ideas. that are pushing their path forward. But you know, it's really nice to see that happening because the American dream is falling apart. And it's no longer go to school, get a job, buy a home, work your way up. There's easier paths today, is what I'm saying. And the older generations that are investing in crypto, they're going to find new ways to retire because crypto is going to offer them better opportunities. All of a sudden, they become multimillionaires overnight. They go and they retire down in Florida somewhere or some other spot. People keep saying in the comments section, come to Puerto Rico and retire, you know. But there's other ideas outside of the traditional ideas is what I'm saying. And most of you are already on the right path. You invested in XRP. The next step is to get rich from your XRP. And that time is coming. But there's no way I would ever call the younger generation lazy. I think that they're very smart kids. And I think they're getting ready to show us what they got. And you see it happening through app after app. Every time you turn around, a new idea is born. And there's a lot of great ideas out there. But you know, here in the United States, they don't want innovation. You see how they're trying to crush crypto. They're also going to try to crush any ideas that go against the traditional system until the traditional system crashes and burns. The Fed is worried we could get used to high inflation. Also, we can afford to fund two wars. Janet Yellen. So they're worried that we're going to get used to high inflation. Then what's going to happen? They're going to push hyperinflation next. They don't want us getting too comfortable, coming up with ways to beat inflation. The Fed has no plan and is just hoping for the best. I think the Fed ran out of options at this point. You know, they're just waiting to see what happens next. I still think something big is going to break. And when it does, it's going to be a domino effect. And then all of a sudden, a new financial system is going to rise. And you're well positioned for that happening. Some people say investing in crypto is dangerous. I say it's dangerous to live in the system every day without trying to escape it. And crypto is your escape from the old. It's your escape to a better future. A better past, you know, is no longer an option. People keep saying you got to look to the past to get a better future. The past is already written. Let's write a new future is what I'm saying. But you know, till we get there, we got to stay patient and stay positive. I say that every day because I got to remind you, you know, now's not the time to do anything. You just do nothing. Let it all happen right in front of your eyes. If anything, buy the dips when they happen. Buy up some of these other cryptocurrencies that are still sitting at very cheap prices. XRP is still very, very undervalued. I keep seeing people say, right now is not the time to buy XRP. It's going to dip all the way down to 30 cents. Listen, if you're waiting on that dip, I don't see that dip coming. I think 30 cents is gone forever when it comes to XRP. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. Let's get rich together. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I will see you in the next one. Have a great night.